So guys, I'm back after a while and here with a new video about the INKredible note-taking app. So I made a couple of videos already about OneNote, Squid, lecture notes. OneNote sucks, but Squid and lecture notes are decent note-taking apps. Like INKredible, which I'm gonna show you now, just it's both of them out of the waters. It's much better. And well, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do, show you what is the best note-taking app on Android is. And I've exchanged a couple of emails with them. Let's go. As usual, we'll start by taking a look at the checkpoints here. First category is writing experience. And I'll just write our standard sentence here. And I think it managed to capture my handwriting really well. So that's an awesome reading for me. Changing color. When it comes to changing color, I kind of wish you had more colors, but like 12 colors, and you can change the colors here with a color wheel, as you call it. So that's almost awesome. If they maybe added a way to like switch to another trait, that would be great. Favorite pens. So I'll give them an okay rating there because they don't have a favorite pens tray yet. But they have different types of pens. So all the other apps only have one type of pen. OneNote, Squid, lecture notes. But this app, well, at least in the Pro version, you have all these 5 pens, which I think look stunning, all of them. So I can show you. I can show you all of them. This is the no ink effect. We have the fountain pen, which I normally use if I write texts, because it looks cool. You have the calligraphy pen, maybe just for having fun. Maybe even writing a letter, who would know? Wet brush. Which looks pretty similar to the fountain pen, I would say. And the ballpoint pen. And you can adjust the wetness of all of them, except from the no ink effect. So a lot of wetness. What does wetness even do? Yeah, it simulates a real pen, so the more the wetness is, the thinner the line is when you go fast with your pen. So, highlighter. When it comes to highlighter, none of these apps actually have a highlighter like OneNote, which recognizes the text and goes beneath the handwritten or like typed text. It's actually just a kind of transparent pen, so if you go many enough times, you will not see the text in the end if you add too many layers. But other than that, I think it works great. It's a bit hard to erase if you want to like looks a bit weird if you like try to erase it. But the highlighters earned a great rating. Taking notes on images. So there's an image and it doesn't move when I write on it, so like that's the main thing I'm looking for. Awesome. Moving text and images. So when you want to move a text or image in INKredible, you have to do this. Choices. You can do this and move it that way. So sometimes it will not work. Like I've noticed that like if you go here and cut it in the end, like there it didn't work, but if you go pretty fast and like and go up again. Yeah. Well, I mean, it works like about 80% of the time. I think it's cool. You don't really have to go here and choose a selector tool. You can just go like, whoop, and move it around, and you can duplicate it, copy it. So I love the duplication tool. It saves me a lot of time. Gestures. Yeah, I just show you that you can duplicate and move around easily. Oh, I probably didn't show you that. In order to rotate things, you just have to go like this. Works great. Group, not sure what group does. Let's see. Okay, so that's a pretty useful function. You can group notes together, so when you choose part of it, let's see. You choose the whole thing. Yeah, none of the other apps have this function, so like they have a really well thought out app here. Putting text and images. Awesome. Then we have the S Pen button, which works flawlessly. It activates the eraser. Whoops. So when you click it, erase. So that's awesome. The eraser, I'll give that a great rating, not an awesome one, because you can only adjust the size. You can't really make it stroke eraser like you have in OneNote in order to remove, let's say, highlighters. Okay, zooming and scrolling. This is where it gets tricky. I'd say somewhere in between of great and awesome. Because like you can move around like this. You have to go to the edges, move up and down here, or to the side down here. But that can also be an advantage, especially if your tablet doesn't have good rejection, like palm rejection. Then it could be like an advantage. You don't move around if you do something like this. Then it's sort of an advantage to have like this. And it's something you get used to. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a deal breaker. And lastly, backgrounds. Yeah, you have a lot of backgrounds at your disposal here. Let's just choose all 44 different backgrounds. I can show you all of them. Some colored ones, some for practicing your calligraphy skills, some planners, notes, yeah. And another function that's great when it comes to backgrounds is that you can edit the ratio here. You can make it an A4, A3, and so on. So I like to change it to A4. Oh, and that made all of it change. Let's see. PDF. So now I'll show you an example actually of my notes in anatomy. Yeah, so I've had no problem like downloading this PDF textbook of 478 pages to the INKredible Pro app. And the note-taking works great, blah blah. And it's easy to highlight stuff. So that's great. Annotating PDF works. Whoops. Annotating PDF works awesome. And when it comes to layers, I just showed you that you can group together your handwritten notes. And yeah, you can move them forwards and backwards. So I'd say the layers function is pretty much complete. Okay, so when it comes to folders, subcategories, and searching, you can you can sort your notes here by title, modified date, and created date. You can really search after notes like you can in Squid. And one more thing worth to mention is if you enter the settings, scroll way down, you can see show recent documents in the library page. And that's a really helpful features. I know some of the other apps I've reviewed don't have that feature. So we can just enter our... Yeah, and of course you can add as many folders and subfolders as you like. And that's really like a no-brainer, something you really need as a student. Ability to add as many folders as you want. So let's go back. That's awesome. Timestamps, when it comes to timestamps, all documents have created date and a modified date. So that's pretty much complete. Exporting, sharing files. Yeah, so I've had some bugs here and there, but like 99% of the time it works flawlessly. You can share it as an image, but then you can only share one page, INKredible, like an editable file, or a PDF. So normally when I share something, I would use either save with a file converter, so that I can like upload protocols, for example, or I choose tablet messenger, or to send it via WhatsApp, or maybe Telegram or Skype. Say amazing there. Backup. So in the past I've had some troubles fixing the backup. So like this is an error I've gotten for a while and I haven't been able to fix it. And it may very well be just me not being able to like figure out how Google Drive actually works. But I've followed their tips. I've changed the backup folder name to INKredible Pros. Still the same results, so I'll have to give them backup an OK rating. But it may very well be me doing things incorrectly. Using on an Android phone. Let's see what the app looks like on an Android phone. You have all the features, and it works just as great. All the same features. Okay. So using on an Android phone works awesome. Cross-platform form syncing, as usual, it works okay if you have an emulator like BlueStacks. But OneNote is the only one that you actually can download on the Windows Play Store. It's just as easy to zoom in, zoom out. You see the whole page. So if we scroll here, write something here again. Oh yeah, it's writing. It's just that the thickness is small. Yeah. So, and let's try. So this is the app in. So this is the app in pop-up view. You can take notes, change the opacity. It moves around. You can change. You can use the app in the background. Advantage of that. I guess some of you would appreciate that feature, having a widget here that leads to your recent notebook. So using the app index works great, but you can't scroll like you would usually. You would have to go to the side, like just with your finger. Let's try to, whoops. What do you say? Let's try to type some text and see what that's like. So, whoops. See. And we could resize it. No, you can't resize it with the mouse. What? Yeah, you can. Okay. So and to change the color of the text, you just do this, text styles. You can increase the size and change the font if you want. So text mode is awesome, I would say. But if they added like a ability to scroll in the middle of the screen, that would be great. Customizability. Well, I would say it's pretty customizable. You can change your colors here. And when it comes to like the customizability of your notes, it's also really good. You have different tools. Oops. Yeah, you can zoom in here and write something like this. Let's say customizability is awesome. When it comes to pricing, so I hate when like apps want you to subscribe and pay like something a year. So I think $7 for the pro version like is your money well spent. To conclude, all of these apps have flaws. They have different bugs, and this app is not perfect, but I still would say it's the least imperfect of all the apps I've reviewed so far. So check out my other reviews and make up your minds. What do you think? So leave a comment. What do you think the best note-taking app for Android is at the moment?